With how crypto has changed recently, it's virtually impossible to run a Technique 4 at the moment. This was the Technique 4 that was printing me a lot of cash because, if you catch it this low and it goes up to bond, you're up 1,000 and you just put in one sol, you're up 1K. So Technique 4 was it pumps, it dumps, and it comes back down to this prime area. Okay, and then it pumps again. So what we're seeing right now is that tokens aren't doing this anymore. Some of them are because teams like to flush out the people that traded it, right? Or teams like to send it, and if they understand what they're doing, they can send a token, secure all this supply, right? Up to 20, 30K, right? And then when people buy in, it pumps their bags and then they sell on them. They secured supply here by dumping it so quick and so viciously. This is something we used to see all the time, and then after it dumped, it would send again, and people would be like, oh shit. They got people to buy in here, which pumped all their bags, and then they sold on them and took the profits. So now instead of having what they already have, now they have more, and they just flushed out people or trapped them. So it's all a psychological game. So we're not seeing this that much anymore. So what can we do in this situation? We need to improvise. What can we do? We need to get in here. And this is what this lesson's all about. Below 9K, now we need to notice that it's a slow cook, okay? Because if we can get in here, we might be able to secure a 4 or 5x. If we can secure a 4 or 5x, that's money in your pocket. Ideally, all you need is a 2x with $100 every day. And so these are some of the filters you might need to catch a token here. Okay, so you want Pump Fun? Yes. I want Believe? Maybe. Boop, don't care. Launch Lab, sure. Dynamic BC is popular at the moment, but there's too many rugs, so I'm going to take that off. Bonk is good, and so I will stick with that. These are the fine ones because you're going to find slow cooks here. I want something fresh. I want something to hit 15 transactions at a minimum, and if it hits 1K volume, I'll be happy. So we set a 1K volume. So now we're looking at tokens, but fuck, there's just so many tokens here. How am I going to spot something that's moving? What is moving on my screen? A, the numbers. B, this little bar that completes the square. Okay, you can turn it into a circle or a square, it's completely up to you. These are the two things that are moving. These numbers here, and the bar that's going around this image. So when you sit there and you're like, maybe I need to click on this and do this, you don't have to, not anymore. You can just sit there and look at the numbers, but you just want to sit there and look. You want to wait and look at something, right? This one launched 9 seconds ago. It has 4K volume. This is hitting my area of interest. So it pumped to 9K and then they dumped it. Why? For what reason? Is it a sender? Is it not? And so you'd open the chart, and at this market cap, you can't lose that much if it rugs. What are we looking for? We scroll down to the holders tab. We see this. We also see the holders. How many? There's 22 because we're so early. So they posted the CA, J8. You quickly check that. J8, it's correct. It could still move. Sure, some of them move off the floor and they wait for people to get out because they don't have any funds to push up the project without losing, right? And they don't want to lose. So if they don't want to lose, they don't let anyone get in here. We don't have the time to watch, so we're just going to leave that to the side. But the first couple things you want to do is open up the chart, check out the social, check out the holders list, scroll back up, and maybe quick buy. You get a minimum of 2 or 3 seconds to scroll down, scroll back up, hover over the tweet, and move on. You can click on this and check out the token, okay? You can check out the bubble maps, that's fine, but you need to learn to check out the holders list. If I just scroll down in 2 seconds, I can see that there's green wallets. I don't see a multitude of different bots. I don't see Axiom like here, right? I don't see a bunch of GMGNs. I don't see a thick wall of Axiom wallets or Photon wallets indicating that it's a bundle. But sure, maybe they're working with it, maybe not. But, we're here to find a token. So let's continue looking. So let's check out this one. Okay, it was sniped straight there. This is where it might go up from if it is a sender. Dev has 5%. Dev sold. Okay, it's game over. But the dev plays this game because they want to generate some volume to the chart. They want to start the token. They cheat. And then the snipers get out, and then they send it from there. So it might not be over. But at this market cap, you cannot lose. So if you're trying to turn $10 into, $50, this is how you're going to do it. Let's keep looking. And by the way, here's another tip. A token that just launches, you can see the seconds here. You can see the market cap and the volume. This green bar is going to light up if it's something good. So it's going to be to the top of your list if it's fresh and moving. So you're going to see these numbers flash in front of your eyes. And if you see them flash in front of your eyes, you should click and open it. Look at this one. Is it a rug? And sometimes they linger here. And sometimes this is where DV and all your best friends get in, all your friends from KOL Scan. This is where they all get in. And if you get in here before them, then it might just pump up. You might get a quick 2x. But if it doesn't move within the first couple minutes, then sometimes the dev rugs it. Let's see what's going to happen. And just like I said earlier, right, this is not updating. It's gone red to show that they sold out. This is good because I want to make sure I can see who sold. And I want to understand that this guy was holding, but he's no longer holding. So this is good that it doesn't just disappear instantly. I like that these days. So now that I've refreshed it, I can see people have taken those other wallets' place, right? They've taken their place on the map. And now I can see that the chart's still holding up. Is it something? It could be, right? When it's this early, it could be a bit slow. But when it pops off, and you're in the profits and you're happy. That's all that matters. Hey, look, a KOL bought in. Guerrilla Capital, there you go. For some reason, he doesn't have a lot of copy traders. He's probably a faggot. It's not catching drift, but at the same time, do not forget, okay? This is a patience game. If it dumps from here where you got in, down, you don't lose much. This is why this guy's getting in at his market cap. Don't forget, you can always do this to give yourself some inspiration on why you might want to hold. Okay? And so if it follows a nice ball, then you know the dev knows what he's doing. Okay? Then you know he's trying to make it go, consolidate, look natural, and then send. Okay? So if it does that, that's great. That's fine. I wouldn't be too fazed by that. But you have to know how to notice it. You're not going to notice this ball with the naked eye. You have to use the pattern. If you want to find it, it's here under the brush. It's called arc. But it's really good because the majority of people do not understand a consolidation and they look past it. And when they look past it, they forget that it might just gigasend from the end of the ball. Okay, we keep watching this. While we're watching this, let's keep looking for other tokens. 30 seconds. ETF, nice ticker, nice picture. Sometimes Eurus is a KOL. He'll come in and buy this up, right? With 2 wallets, he'll buy it up to 7K. But if you found it before him and you got in here, I don't recommend it because you're going to lose Solana every time you buy at the floor. Not that much, though. You don't lose that much. You lose, fragments. But if you get in here and Eurus comes in and just pumps it up with 2 wallets, all his copy traders send it and it instantly goes straight to 10K. So it's not a bad way of trading either, but you have to pick out the good ones always. This bundle. Is it a good bundle? So if it's a one-of-one meme, it could be. So they already secured market cap. They've already secured more market cap. They then played around with it a bit. Is it a good bundle? Let's find out. How are you going to find out? You're going to hover over the top 10, how much they hold. The bubble map pops up. Refresh it. If all the wallets are connected and everything's basically like a spider web, then you know it's no bueno and you probably want to skip on and move away from that. But they're not connected, so this might be a slow cook. Is it one of one? Let's see. So you copy the name, paste it, fart stonks. So there's been some similar ones, of course. That's why they're popping up, fart stonks. You don't have to diamond hand it. The problem is with Pump Fun, everything is a duplicate because these kids and guys and girls don't know what they're doing. They have no creativity. All they do is see something that looks like it was done a few days ago and they want to relaunch it because they're lazy. They might be relaunching 50 of these in one day and hoping that one hits a mil, right? And some people do that, which is fine. Another thing you can do is search Twitter by clicking that. You can click it. It says search name, takes you to Twitter. And so you have some, click on latest, and then you have some posts 2 hours ago, 2nd of June. So not very lively. Okay, so it might be fresh, it might be good, it might not be. Either way, you saw it down at 5 or 6K, right? As soon as it hits 12K, that's your 2x. All you got to do is 2x every day. If it runs more than a 2x, then great. And you might feel it's just going to giga nuke straight down. Why do we draw this line? To remind ourselves that it's going up. Because a lot of people don't read the sidebar. They just look at the line. When you look at the line, it's hypnotizing, and you forget where it's going, and sometimes that's why people round trip. Already at a 2x if you got in at 5. Nearly at a 2x if you got in at 6. Your 1 sol is now 2 sol. All right, so that's at 14K. That would be nearly a 3x if you got in at 5. Bear in mind, this line we drew it down here, okay? When it was at 5, 6, 7, 8K. So now I'm going to take this line, put it there. I'm expecting a consolidation on this chart because we've already seen it go up a lot since it launched. So I'll take the arc, take it to the furthest left highest candle. So it's not this one, this one. And I'm going to drag it all the way to your mama's house. Make sure it's straight. Okay, but then you got to move it slightly to the left so that the consolidation is in the circle. It might not be from here. It might just be from here, right? And it might not even happen. Sometimes it doesn't even happen. But if you see a consolidation and it follows a downwards path like this, right? Then you can draw your circle. Right? Sometimes it goes higher, it comes back down, and then it goes off to wherever it wants to go. These types of consolidations are good. I like to see them on a pump fund chart because I know the dev knows what he's doing. The ones that just keep going up and up, sure, they're great too, but you don't always find them because the majority of devs want people to get out so that they can send it higher and make them buy in higher. This is now a 4x just here, right? 5K to 20K. If you got in at 6K, then you'd be nearly at a 4x. Let's look for one more token. This one's moving, it's fresh, gold fart. I like the ticker, it's relevant. Let's see, scroll down before the chart loads. It's a rug. Okay, move on. Why is it a rug? Did anyone see why? Because of all these red fish. So, okay, as soon as you see that, you close it. So what I want to see is this green bar light up like someone nice is next to me. And for these numbers to start moving a bit more. This one tapped 26K. That's a 5x if you got in at 5K. So why is this interesting? The meta is relevant, might be unique. We'll have to find out. It is unique by the ticker and the name. Is it going to rug? Quick rug check. Bubble map is clean. Snipers got out. Let's check the first 70. I don't even think there's been a first 70. Check the first 70. You need a refresh. Click this. Okay, so we're so early, there's not even mid 70 buyers. The distribution's not bad. There's some fresh wallets. They're not all bots. And bear in mind, there's not really 26 holders. There's just this many. Up to that, whatever that is. That says, I think that says 18. So down by 10. Top 2 just sold. Are 2 other people going to take their place? Let's see. Okay, there you go. Right before your eyes, you saw it go from 4K to 7K. All right, so that's basically a 2x. That's 2 times back to back. You've now seen 2 charts go up. Ignore the arc on this. And let's use this line, okay, my famous line. I made this process. It's not a support line, okay? There's no support or TA in Memecoins. We're just using the tools to improve the way our brain is thinking about the chart, okay? Because the chart is there to mess with your brain. It's there to make you feel that it's going to crash on you, okay? So that's why we use this line. This line is great. It's a good understanding of, is it going to get bearish? Is it going to consolidate? Is it going to do X, Y, Z? Okay, so every time it breaks the line, you can take your arc and start to draw what happens to be a form of consolidation. Okay, that's perfect as an arc. The old way of doing it without the arc was this. Control C and then V. You get the second line up. See, I basically duplicated it. And now I'm going to put it, I'll put this line here. One more. At each level, wherever it's stopping at. It's not TA. It's a fucking line, right? But it's a line that shows you what's happening with the chart. Are we consolidating or are we going to break down? Because don't forget, this is a meme coin. It can go to straight to 0 in seconds. You've seen that happen. You guys have been rugged. And the only way to tell if you're going to get rugged or not is this. You need to be able to chart some lines and you need to be able to tell your brain we are safe. And obviously you're doing this because you want to know, should I fucking hold, right? I got in at 4K. I'm up 4X, right? Should I hold? I got in at 6K, 5K, whatever. Should I continue to hold? Okay. So this is why we do this. The only reason why I would sell here is if it broke out of the bull or if it starts breaking the lines too much. Go back to this one, PFP. Looks like 2 saggy boobs. what did it just do? Did the Sam Bankman-Fried upside down titty pattern, which usually goes to the upside. Two forms of consolidation, or a cup and handle pattern, right? Let's get that bra on nice and ready, okay? That looks like a ball sack. One more time. And then it goes, okay? 1, 2, and up to the upside, okay? So now you got in this at 4K. It's already tapped 13K. Even if it's a bundle moving, it doesn't matter. You got in with the bundle. You got in before them. So that's a 3x secured. Remember now, going back to this one, we already drew this line and I already placed it here. All right, it was a rough estimate based on the current width of this, nothing else. Right? There's no real technicals here. I just placed it there that I thought was the current width of this gap here, right? So if I take this and copy and paste this, you see it's roughly the same. If I do that again, roughly the same. This is to improve your brain so that you don't cheat, okay? You don't want to be just cheating. You're like, oh shit, it's going down, and then you fucking goes up. This is why, because you're not able to understand where the chart's going. Okay, now it's made an all-time high, 33K. You got in at 5K. Boom, 6x. Now, if we look at this one again, we go back to this one, we refresh it. Without a doubt, we've already had more than 70 buyers, so we can refresh it. And we click over the snipers. Look at this, perfect. Okay, so this is a good token, right? First 70 got out, some stayed in, 11 stayed in for supply. The first 70 that hold, right? Current holding 17%. 17% at 12K market cap is enough to kill the chart. Yes, so they have enough supply, okay? So as long as they have enough supply, then they might send it or they might rug it, right? But at the same time, it doesn't matter. You got in down here. So this looks like it may have just been a farm. How am I going to tell if it's a farm? Because now the top 10 holders got farmed, right? They swapped position with the people that were down here. Okay, so they held the supply, went up, they bought in, and then they basically switched place with them and they sold. They got their 2x from here, and now the chart went down. And if there's no interest, it's not going to go up. Let's check this one. Okay, let's check the holders. This is clearly a bundle. All that's a bundle, so it's probably not a good buy. Not going to touch that. Going to move back. This is a nice one. And don't forget, these lines are still in play. You know, if I want to take it here, what am I matching it against? I'm matching against this dip here, this dip. What am I matching this line against? The lower end of that previous dip that went up from. So it's also a good way to identify a market maker, because market makers don't, you know, they don't spend a lot of cash when it's not on decks. Same thing with this one. Same thing with this one. Same thing with this one. And now you tell me, are your lines basically still in play? Okay. Bounced here. Follow the line down. Follow it down. Bounced here. Once, twice, 3 times. Okay, so you can use these lines as a good reference. You know, is the chart looking still bullish? Right? Is it still looking good? Did it just double top? There's no double top on Memecoins that are on Pump Fund, because it's people that are moving them, not markets, not the price of Bitcoin. What about wallets without signs? They are a bundle. If they have no emblem or logo for a trading bot, then it's more than likely a bundle that doesn't belong to a bot that comes from Axiom, GM, etc. Higher cap tokens, Mr. Shirtless Bird, is this. Okay, let's say you're a rich guy. We need this, so we need completed with those tabbed off, nothing else. And then we need completing tabbed off with the same. And then what we're looking here on the filters for, okay, is transactions and volume. Transactions up here. Minimum of 50. No age. 50, 30, you can do 25. It's fine. 30 is a lot of volume. Now you're sitting down at your desk, you're working. All you see is the screen that's in front of your eyes. We're looking for 3 things. We're looking for this time to be under 30 seconds. And we're looking for the volume and the market cap to be obscene. Okay, obscene. Random, like crazy numbers. This is obscene. 1 minute. In 1 minute, it got 40K volume. It's at 11K. That means it's on a fucking dip. I need to click that, and I need to open that. Okay? That was the dip, okay? You can see KOLs are buying it. 3 KOLs got in. Eurus maybe, I think Eurus got in. Eurus started the pump. Like I said, this is what he seems to be doing often, finding tokens or launching them himself and then pumping them. This is technically the dip. If Eurus sells, then it's going to erupt. Jitten bought more. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for those 3 things, right? Time, volume, and market cap. Similar to new creations, but it needs to be under 30 seconds. Okay? And sometimes it's not even going to appear to you. It's just going to go straight to the completed tab. And that's why you need these filters on the completed tab to make sure you see it. Okay? What you can also do is just check the tokens that bond. Right? So if a token bonds, you can just open it really quickly and check out what it's all about. This is why we don't want any time duration. This is from 10 hours ago. In the past 10 hours, it had transactions and volume. Look at that. It went from 13K all the way up to 60K. It basically revived. This is why this guy's buying in now. So these runners that just keep running and running, the only way to catch them is to be watching these 2 tabs like that. And they're going to pop up here. And they're going to be under 1 minute in age, right? And the numbers here are going to be obscene. A lot of volume and a lot of market cap. So this was the first one. Take this. Straight across. That's straight enough. All right, so we can take that. Move it slightly, ever so slightly. Okay, perfect. So that was the bottom of the bowl. And that's, again, where you want to ape. Now let's quickly check a chart that I dropped earlier, Milo. I don't want you to ape here, but let's do the same thing. Take the ball. We can start it from here. It might not be there, though. So you can see that it's consolidating positively. It's too high for you to ape. I don't recommend you here. It's at 32K. Didn't rug below 16K. Okay, so a token that bonds and dumps and does this, you can get a 2x here. It might go up and do more x's, but no one knows, not even God knows, right? But what you can do is draw this arc or this bowl of cereal, and you can ape to the lower side of the bowl and try and get, some increments. Yes, you can swing trade the floor. Every time it hits the floor, you can drop in 1 Solana, 2 Solana, and as you get to a 1.5x, you can G, and you can get whatever, half of whatever you put in. Different ways to make your money for the day. You don't always have to hit a 10x. Who's this aping here? Gorilla Capital. He really doesn't know what he's doing. This guy needs to go back to school. Oh my God, he's down 150K. One of my wallets was down 40K, but I turned that into plus, a lot of pluses. Don't know why he's aping here, but if he came to DEF CON, came to my crypto server, came to our community and gelled with us, he'd learn how to do all this stuff and get in at 5K. Bear in mind, the other end of the circle might not complete, right? That's fine. Sometimes it plays out like that, guys. Sometimes the bowl of cereal is a weird shape, but it's a good way to understand where shit is going. It's a good understanding of where to ape, right? And you can draw your bowl if you start to see a double top. Were there any signs that indicated to sell on the Profart coin before it went back to 4K? Profart, let's go back to the chart. Okay, you got in at 4K. Were there any signs to sell? Get the line, put it there, let's make it nice and perfect. Line is not always perfect. Sometimes it goes over because people sell on whatever bot they're using. By the way, a robot does this. It's not humans that are doing this. It's a robot. And so if it's you against the robot, the best thing you can do is A, draw your line like this. B, it double topped, triple topped. If you cannot draw an arc at all, then it's probably not a good token. And so if you got in at 4K, you 2xG'd it, and whatever you have left is just profits. If you cannot draw a perfect arc, or it breaks the arc, then you should sell. Other than that, you can draw this first line. If it breaks this line, it's no longer bullish. Bear in mind, sometimes it doesn't always go that way, and sometimes this can be like this. Doesn't have to be a big circle. It can be tiny, like this. But even here, you're better off selling here, right? So what are you doing here in terms of what's happening here? You're giving yourself a mental understanding that Okay, it's broke the line. It's going to go down. Okay, broke the bull pattern. It's going to go down. 8 out of 10 times it's going to go down, and it's going to be finished because the chart doesn't look bullish anymore. What looks bullish? This would have looked bullish, right? Something like that is bullish. It might look like this. Any kind of bounce, right? Or if you can't do that because you're dyslexic, you can then take the line again. You can now take one. What is it going against right now? It's going against all the sells, wherever it sold off from. Went up, people were trying to buy it, dumped. People try to buy it, dumped. Went up, went out of it, dumped again. Okay? It's not doing so good. It broke this line and it broke this line going downwards. Even here, went up, broke down again. It went up, broke down again. Again. The more bearish signs you're getting on a chart, the better. It gives you the indication of when to get out. So you can use the line both ways. Ideally, you want to use it in your head, right? You want to practice with the lines until they're in your head. Okay, here you go. Look, it broke out of the bull, right? And if you got in down here, you're like, fuck it. All right, broke the ball. Cool. Sell it. Move on. Next token.
So if you're looking for a Discord to get into and you're looking to be part of a bigger community that's hunting these meme coins, you can join DEFCON 7. DEFCON 7 is a free Discord that's always on the hunt, always on the news, and always looking for these big winners. I'll put the link in the description.